Hello again. A little bit breezier today, even though it's supposed to be less wind. But never mind. Off to Shaldon, off to the Botanical Gardens. Why? Well, I'll show you. You see, up in the Botanical Gardens in Shaldon, there's a little strange place called the Folly. And a folly indeed it is. Never seen any use for it, like a little castle. And they've opened it up. Here we are, here's the announcement on Facebook. It's open for tea and cakes, etc, etc, in the Botanical Gardens. So we're just going to take a nice stroll over to Shaldon on foot, go across the bridge. Oh, train! Whee! There we are, lovely. Yeah, walk across on foot over the bridge, come back on the ferry, and I got some nice pictures to do along the way. Ideal. Still standing. St James's. Not too much traffic. Made it across the road without needing to use the traffic lights. Lovely. Well, I did have to use the crossing to get across this one. Non-stop. And we've just cut down through Bitton Park. And why not? Did cover this the other day. If you search Bitton Park history, I've got an entire video where I come to Bitton Park, walk around, talk about the Orangery, talk about the Folly Steps connection, show some old photos, go down into Milford Park, etc, etc. It's all on there. Just search Bitton Park history. Bowling Green. Orangery. Of course, they've done the wildflower beds again, which have just started to kick in. But before long, that'll be an absolute sea of different coloured flowers. Be lovely to film that. Here we are at the bottom of Bitton Park now. New Golden Crown. Nice Chinese place. Lovely food, but a little bit too much of it just for me. Too large a portion, so I tend not to waste it. But lovely food nonetheless. Now, regular viewers will know, just down the end there of First Avenue, used to be the fire station. And of course, there's a connection to Darren, who sends in pictures from time to time. Right down the end there. There we go. Where that building is there, it was. I'm not sure if this came from Darren or not, but this is in 1970s. There you go. They've just got a new fire engine. As usual, pause if you want to read that. Smashing. And it's very possible Darren's dad is in that photo as well. Lovely. And here we are, the entrance to the bridge. Lovely. Try bowling for free. We need you, Team Valley Sea Cadets. Do you like driving? Thorley Swimming Club, Coop Village Show, Exeter Gin, Cancer Research, Specsavers. Join our school. Join us kayaking. Shaldon Festival. Shaldon Primary is an outstanding school. Spaces available. Ashcombe Quads, Teambridge House, Going Through a Storm, Andy's Man Club. And we've got an ABBA tribute. And finally, the Fuzzy D downhill race. Lovely. And of course, up ahead, Teignmouth's iconic toll booth, or toll house for the bridge. Now, I've had this one for some time. 1970s. There you go. Car crossing the bridge. Lovely. So I've had that knocking around on my desktop for a while. Every time I come over, I couldn't remember exactly whereabouts it was taken from. Now I remember, and there we go. That was it. And it's a breezy bridge. Be rude to not have a little pan around from the bridge, wouldn't it? And there we go, up that way, up on those hills, Dartmoor, where I was last Saturday. the Bonehill Rocks. I'd like to lay some groundwork for the next photo. That is St Peter's Church, and just across the bridge there, on that side, we've got that row of houses. There we are, and they were built quite recently. And at the end of that row of houses, you'll see a small play park. There it is. Well, that's always been there. Now, what I'm going to try and do is show you a picture taken in that play park. So we'll be imagining that we're in that play park there. Those houses aren't there. And we're looking over at St Peter's. Right, I'm going to say I can't exactly line this up simply because those houses have annoyingly been built. How dare they? What you're going to see is a picture from the slide, of someone on the slide, sorry, with St Peter's there in the distance, taken right behind me, back in the 70s. Here we go. Now, that picture is taken from a couple of very, very interesting videos I found. Now, if I was desperately looking for content, I would probably strip these two videos down into screen grabs and do loads of them because they're so good, but I'm not going to do that. I think that's a bit cheap. What I'm going to do is I'm going to directly link you to the videos. Okay, here's the first one. That's the thumbnail on the screen. And up the top right in a second, you should get a link to it. There we go. And that's the first one. Shaldon and Teignmouth in the 1970s. Lovely. Some lovely shots of the Peter Pan Railway, which is on the seafront, or was on the seafront. Smashing. And part two, Shaldon and Devon. There we go, there's the thumbnail. And of course, there's the link up the top on the right. And that one there, very, very nice indeed. That's Shaldon and some other bits of Devon. Well worth a look. Like I say, I picked through those last night and there was just so much I could have taken out, but I thought, no, I'll just link them direct. And of course, if you don't get those things didn't turn up on your screen for some reason, if you go to my main channel page, look in my other people's videos playlist, they should be right at the end because I haven't moved them up yet. I've just added them last night, so they've gone to the very end of that playlist, other people's videos. But definitely worth a look, definitely. Now, normally we get to the end here by Hunter's Lodge. I always turn left. But today we're turning right to go up round on the main Torquay Road to get into the top part of the Homeyards Botanical Gardens. Of course, we've still got the traffic lights up here, caused by the wall over there that fell down about a year and a half ago. But there we go, fell down into Ringwell Road there, and not been fixed since. Can't really get far away from it enough to do it justice, but that's the word Shaldon spelt out in flowers on the bank there, on the main road to and from Torquay. Lovely. That's pretty much been there all my lifetime anyway. There we go, we just crossed over the Commons Old Road, for any of you who are following in my footsteps in the future who've watched this video. And just round the side here, up ahead, is the entrance. Here we go, here's the entrance we'll be looking for. Lovely. I do find this is the less steep way to get to the gardens. Going in from the bottom, it's quite steep to walk up them. And going in the other side, that's quite a steep walk. I prefer to walk down that than up it. There we go, there's a map of them. That's where we are now. You are here. The Folly is along there somewhere, back there. And yeah, it's very nice. This is to do with the guy who invented liquid fruit cough mixture. Darren showed me a picture of his grave in another churchyard in Ringwell recently, but I haven't been down that way for a while. So today is these Homeyards Botanical Gardens. Beautiful. This is like our standard town round, but from the other way round. That's Folly steps. There we are. And the docks.
I know, it's lovely, isn't it? Beautiful. Look at that. Oh.
There's the fish quay. And coming up on the back beach, Pam's old cottage, of course. We're looking down there at the point itself. Zoom back out. Lovely. Worth the walk just for that view alone. Beautiful, beautiful. And nice, firm, level paths for buggies, strollers, buggies, etc., etc. Or even mobility scooters. And up ahead is the Folly, our destination. Now, of course, I've been over here before, been up to the Folly. Always been closed up, always been locked up. Not today though, not today. So if you want me to see a drone flight from outside of there, I can pop it up at the top of the screen if I remember. Here we go. Right, let's go see what's going on. Little display here with the history of the gardens. That's William and Maria, their house, and the Folly in 1927. Lovely. Restoration pictures. View from the gardens in the past. 1950s days. That's in 1936. This is like a cheat sheet for then and now's, isn't it? 1927. That's before the gardens. And finally, looking up that way, which is actually one I've done on the channel before, that picture. Lovely. Here we go, hot chocolate they're doing. Lovely. This is inside. There we go, little kitchen bit there. Smashing. I'm going to have my hot chocolate. I'll go down and look at that. Lovely.
Because if oh, you weren't there, but if you'd read the minutes.
Very nice. And there's a close-up of the little sculpture outside, mosaic, made by Michelle Green Brown, Alison Miles. Lovely. And it's got lots of detail on it, bees, ants, etc. And most importantly, a rufus. Lovely. Lovely. And of course there's even some nice tables there to sit and enjoy your coffee. Oh, the wave walker's on the move. Well, isn't this fortuitous? I've been saying about the wave walker not moving for so long. Here it comes across. Lovely view of it. Smashing, that's it on the move. Boat pulling it. Lovely. I'll keep filming it for a bit and speed it up. So there we go, a little sped up segment then. Should show you it moving. We'll have a close look when we get down there later. That was indeed a very nice cup of hot chocolate. So time to make my way back down now to get the ferry home and see what the wave walker's up to, up close and personal. Oh dear. As you can see, it wasn't coming into dock at Shaldon at all. It appears now that it's disappearing out to sea. Bye-bye, wave walker. It's fun to see you while you were here, although I still don't know what you were doing here. And here we go at the entrance / exit at the other end. And as I head up here to get to the top of Nest Drive to walk down, this is the steepness I was talking about, which is like this when you come in from the bottom, which is why I recommend taking the route I took, as it's the flattest. There's a main road to Torquay now. These posts along here are actually flexible. There I see. They're like plastic, which is quite a good idea really, isn't it? So if you do bump them with your car, they'll give you a warning and not smash your car to bits. Excellent. Nest Drive. Very, very steep. So I take the steps. This is also the one that Norman comes down in his chase. I think last time I walked down here, it was completely bare, hardly any leaves anywhere, and it was soaking wet. It had been raining, and I was worried I was going to slip. Now, still fairly steep, but we're on tarmac now, so not too bad at all. Now, over there, again we're dealing with the trees, you see. The other side of those trees, little golf course. And here's a picture from the well, I'm not sure, I'll put it on if I know. That's a R.H. Dole, and that's the chap that owned Dole's down in town, which became the Fudge Kitchen, and has recently just become the Shaldon Bakery. And in that picture, the corner of the house that you can see is just down there through the leaves. There's a duck running up to greet me. I don't have any food though, mate. Wrong trousers, sorry. Oh, sorry, duck, I've got the wrong trousers on. Oh no. I've got the wrong trousers, yeah. See, when I got my winter ones on, they got all these extra pockets all down the side, great big pockets everywhere. These ones, you can barely fit my phone in my pocket. They're so tight fitting. Meaning that when I go back, I normally have bags on me to go shopping. I'm actually going to go home and come out again this afternoon to do the shopping, because I haven't got any bags. All good though, all good. Sorry, duck. Sorry, other duck. Indeed they are. I think they're pretty clever, to be fair, because they knew enough to come and see me. There is our wave walker disappearing off to sea, and the pilot boat heading back now. It's under its own steam now. As you can see, we've got a slightly higher tide today, so no walking around the bottom of the nest on the rocks. A little bit splashy then. Don't normally see splashy in Shaldon, do we? Oh, there's the ferry as well. I'm not going to get that one. Not a chance. I'll have to wait and get the next one. Can't even walk down along the beach today. No, there we go. Off he goes. Get the next one. That's okay though. I've got some stuff I want to do on the beach anyway. All good. All good. Ray's rescue boat. Rescuing the flowers. Remember Ryan showed us some pics the other day of the carnival and the fair on the Den? Say he lived in Teignmouth between 99 and 2003. And here's a picture of his mum. There we are on the beach here in Shaldon, with the same place in the background, but lots of swans. Lovely, that would be nice, wouldn't it, if we had all those swans again? Smashing. We've got another one slightly further with the sheds in the background. Here we go. Lovely. Another shot from Ryan. Thank you very much, mate. And finally, What could be better than a rainbow? Showing the old docks. And it's rainbow time. Yay, rainbow. Do 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 do. Do, 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 rainbow. Certainly not hanging around. Places to go, waves to walk. Just thinking, that up there is Mules Park. I'm often in Mules Park and I do a 20 times zoom over and look at Shaldon. So now we're in Shaldon after a 20 times zoom. Looking back at Mules Park. Crazy. Here she comes. And you know what's coming now. Yes. We are back in sunny Teignmouth. Fam's old cottage, of course. Lovely. What a beautiful way to walk home. Now there was talk on Facebook about this property here is going to be a gym. Put in planning application for a gymnasium, a pure gym, I believe. It's one of the franchised ones, and then upstairs is going to be used for people who want local community groups, apparently, if it's available to them. So there we go. Drop a link to the little article about the gym in the description. Again, I noticed the lovely trees here in Northumberland Place. Relish's tables are busy outside. Lovely. Teen Hardware up ahead. Back in business after its fire. Another advert for my channel. Lovely. That's some planting that's taken place at the fountain. Lots of yellows this time. Seems to remember it's a lot of purples last time. But nice juxtaposition against yet more roadworks, this time outside the Courtney. It doesn't seem to end, does it? It doesn't seem to end. And a nice sunny triangle. No traffic jam today. That's good, isn't it? Wish it was like that all the time. So there we go, that was our Shaldon adventure. Covered some ground, covered some steps. Done plenty of pictures. Lovely. Not 100% sure what I'm doing tomorrow, so I'm not going to say. Possibly I'm going somewhere, possibly I'm not. Depends what happens later on. But otherwise all good, and I hope you join me for whatever I do tomorrow. Thanks for joining me today. Visit the Homeyard Folly if you get the chance. Lovely. Take care, bye.